Hello again, everybody. Another day, another ride. I normally wouldn't be out riding today. It's in the 30s, and I don't know if the GoPro camera can pick it up, but it's actually snowing out. Now, it's a mist snow. You can see it's not accumulating. It's more of a nuisance than anything else. They're supposed to yield to me, but they rarely do. We're going to get back on the Grand Island Bridge here. The reason why I'm going for a ride today, a day I normally wouldn't, and it looks like the sun's trying to peek through these clouds, is I've got a couple of more observations about the Spyder, and I thought I'd share them. And quite frankly, I enjoy riding the thing, so here we are. Now, I know that you can't see what the naked eye sees, but normally I could see Niagara Falls and the Canadian skyline and the mist from the falls when I look west like I am right now, but I can't see anything. It's just fog. So this is going to be so what we're going to do today is we're going to ride along Grand Island, kind of not the circumference, but about half of the circumference of the island, because I wanted to ride in a place where there wouldn't be a lot of traffic, where I could go slow. I'm getting off at this exit here, where I could go slow and even stop to show you a couple of things. Grand Island is not a bad place to do that. You'll notice that I do not have my phone mounted to my quad lock. This is the quad lock, and as I mentioned on a previous video, I love the quad lock, but it is a love-hate relationship. And I'm going to do a whole video on that, but I lost a phone and I destroyed a phone, and we're talking like, you know, $1,000 phones because of quad lock. Now, it's probably more of a shared burden than I'm letting on to. Maybe I was part of the reason why I lost that phone and why I destroyed that phone, but I'll explain what I mean by that in another video. But I wanted you to see the quad lock without my phone on it. I like the clean minimalist design. It's very simple. The other one with the X, I think it's called the RAM mount, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. It's probably just as good. I'm sure a lot of you use it, but I started out with the quad lock, and that's what I like. So I'm gonna pull over right now, even though this is not a parking area. There's no one behind me, and there's likely no one going to be behind me anytime soon. You can see we're up close and personal with the Niagara River right there. That's pretty cool. But I'm going to pull over here, and I'm going to put my hazards on just in case someone comes that we're not expecting. So this is the glove box, and I think I mentioned this in another video. I do not like the idea of having, you see I've got some stuff in the glove box, but I also have two cables in the glove box that I'm never ever going to use, and I do not like that. But the reason why I'm stopping here today is I thought that the glove box locks, not the mechanism of the box itself in the lid doesn't lock, but if you turn the wheel and lock the wheel like any motorcycle locks, that this would not open. But it does open, so as you can see. So I guess my question is, for those of you who own a Spyder, I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, or maybe take the hazards off, or maybe I just misunderstood, and that's a myth that I picked up somewhere, and you can't lock the glove box by locking the steering wheel. But for those of you who are going to buy a Spyder, you might want to inquire with your dealer about that. Or maybe my handlebars are adjusted just slightly differently than they should be. The beautiful Niagara River. And that's the problem. So, not to go into the whole history of Grand Island, but this used to be roadway. It's now a bike path. And this was another roadway. And they moved that roadway to this roadway, which I think kind of makes sense. But I know people who live on this road, and they don't like, well, some of them don't like that 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. I mean, that's just a really low speed limit, but hey, what do I know? So a couple of other things just to kind of update you on. Yesterday I made my trek to the Apple store in Cheektowaga, just outside of Buffalo, and I traded in that junk MacBook Air. I shouldn't say that because it was a beautiful machine, and I'm sure everybody who's watching this and who's familiar with the MacBook probably thinks it's a great machine, but I just couldn't get used to it. Traded that in for an iPad Pro, which is what I should have done on Friday. And just to put things into perspective, and at some point I'm going to stop doing this thing where I'm kind of like sequencing my videos. It's just that I'm so new at this. I have so few videos that I've posted. But today is a Tuesday. I bought this bike Wednesday a week ago, so 6 days ago. And so I bought the bike on a Wednesday. On a Friday I went to the Apple store, traded in my iPad, which was not equipped in terms of memory and other stuff to edit video well. Traded it in for a MacBook Air. Big mistake. Fixed the mistake yesterday, and I think my tech issues for the most part may be over with, and going forward all of the tech issues that I tell you about are really user error. But we'll know when I get home and I try to edit this video whether or not that's the case. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about Quad Lock, about my issues with the glove box. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is this, and that is the radio. So let me just see if I can get my stuff together here. FM. Okay, so I guess I'm even more confused than I thought I was, because I have a radio station on and I can't figure out how to shut it off, but for some reason, what the heck? Okay, so this is almost like, this is not going the way I thought it was, but this is almost like better for me in terms of the point I wanted to make to you. And I'm going to pull over right here to make this point, just because I'm going to try to figure this out here. So Can-Am, if you're listening, there's a word that we use in technology called user-friendly and intuitive. I'm not a tech guy, so I need things to be somewhat intuitive for me. And when I buy an iPhone, I open the box, there are no directions in the box, I turn it on and I use it, and it's just an elegant system. Not only is this audio system not intuitive, but it is actually, as far as I'm concerned, counterintuitive. I actually tried to set some preset stations, not while I was driving it, but while this thing was in my garage. Couldn't figure out how to do it. Watched a couple of videos explaining how to do it. Couldn't figure out how to do it. And now, today, I can't even figure out how to turn the radio on, and I had it on. So, if you can see FM there, click forward, a slash through music. I don't know what the slash means. I wish you'd tell me, Can-Am. I had the radio on today as I was like pulling out of the driveway before I started the video rolling. So what am I doing wrong? I know this is me, but I'm sorry, Can-Am. Like, I can't be the only guy who's having issues like this. So while it is me, it's user error, it's totally my fault. Can-Am, maybe at some point you might want to consider outsourcing this. Now, I know you have Apple Play on the 2024s. Not a big Apple Play. I'm a big Apple fan, not a big Apple CarPlay fan. But maybe you go to someone like Bose or Pioneer or somebody and say, look, we can't do the radio stuff. We build machines that you know, we build mobility. Can you handle our radio? And my guess is you'd have a more intuitive system. Now, I am certain that some of the people watching this who have Spyders are going to say, dude, you're a fool. You just have to do such and such. But anyway, so I thought I was going to turn on the radio and show you how loud it gets. I had the radio working for a couple of my rides, including this morning, including about an hour ago before I put the audio on. And I don't know what's going on right now, but I guess I'm not going to be able to demonstrate the speakers. The speakers aren't bad. They actually, I'm not a guy who's going to drive around. I don't listen to music much. It's more talk radio or news radio. I'm not like really into driving through a neighborhood, even one like this, with the music blasting or the news blasting and having people look at me. So but I will occasionally probably put the radio on softly, and while I could pipe it through my intercom, I don't like to do that. I'm new to the helmet intercom, and I don't use it a lot, and now that I'm cutting videos, I might not use it anymore at all. But so just an observation on the radio as well. I just didn't like the difficulty in doing the presets, and now I can't figure out how to turn the darn thing on. And by the way, it is on. I can't figure out how to shut it off. I can figure out how to lower the volume so that you can't hear it anymore, and that's the status that it's on right now. I can't prove that to you simply because I can't figure out how to get to the radio. And I've had this thing for almost a week. So I will tell you, I'm really grateful for those of you who subscribe to my channel. I'll give you a kind of a brief, some of you who have YouTube channels might chuckle at this, but so I posted a 30-second video on January 1st just explaining what I was going to do. Sell my car, have the Can-Am Spyder, be a minimalist without a car. 30 seconds. And then nothing until a month and a half later, when I hope the audio's working out. I am getting buffeted by the wind pretty badly right now. I'll tell you this, riding over the Grand Island Bridge like we just did on the motorcycle on my KTM on a windy, gusty day like today was terrifying. It was a luxury riding over it on this vehicle. Not only does it have 3 tires, but the tires are car-like, they're flat tires, the contact patch is very wide, and it weighs 1,000 pounds compared to my little 500-pound KTM. So anyway, a month and a half after that first video on January 1st, I went to the Toronto motorcycle show, shot a 10-minute video there. And then nothing for about a month, and after that period I had one subscriber. And I think it might have been a fake one, because kind of a hot young chick just made me kind of suspicious that I've got the the seat heater on. I'm going to put it on low just because it's kind of hotter than I need it to be. Anyway, I had one subscriber. I go on a Florida trip, and I'm watching a couple of YouTube videos about YouTube, and one of them talked about the importance of a description. I went back and realized that Toronto Motorcycle Show video, I put in tags, I put in a title, but I forgot to put in a description. So while I'm on vacation in Florida, I put in a brief description, and I started getting likes and subscribers to my channel almost immediately. And within a week, I had like 50 or 60 subscribers. Well, now I think I've got 150 subscribers because I posted a couple of videos with an actual Can-Am Spyder. I'm sure a lot of you aren't really interested in my personal life and what I plan to do. You want to see me on the Spyder. You want to see people commenting on the rideability of the Spyder, etc., etc. Oh gosh, I'm doing 47 miles an hour, and it's a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. And I hear that they're hardcore on Grand Island, but I've not experienced that. There's just one thing I want to show you up ahead. This video is going to be a very short video, but there's a little building that I want you to see up ahead. I want to remind you that we're going to be shooting a video on the solar eclipse on April 8th. Real excited about that. I will tell you, it's in the news daily here in Niagara Falls, and we're expecting pandemonium. And what I mean by pandemonium is there could be traffic everywhere. One of the other concerns that they have, and when I say they, I mean the public safety authorities, is they're concerned about the cell capabilities and the cell towers, because there are going to be so many more people here shooting and posting video and making phone calls, so many more people than there normally are, that they're not sure how it's going to work out. One other observation I'll give you, and for those of you who are riders, Spyder riders in New York, that if you have Easy Pass, I'd love your take on. So I have an Easy Pass in my car. I have an Easy Pass account, and a while ago, I can't remember how long ago, I wanted to add my KTM, my motorcycle, to the account, because I ride on toll highways, I don't want to say often, but often enough. Well, it's pretty easy to add a vehicle on the website. When I tried to add the KTM, they list a bunch of motorcycle makes, and I mean a lot of makes that are really kind of unique makes. They didn't have KTM. Well, I just blew it off. I didn't make much of it. I just figured, okay, I'll pay the regular mail toll by mail rate. That's okay. Well, now that I'm going to have the Spyder as my sole vehicle, I want to have an Easy Pass. Well, so this morning, actually yesterday, I tried to add this vehicle online, and I think we want to take a left here. I think we do. I'm not really a Grand Island guy, but whoops. I think this is the way we want to go. So anyway, I wanted to add this Can-Am Spyder to my Easy Pass account. No Can-Am. New York State registered this Can-Am. They obviously registered a bunch of other Can-Ams, but there is no Can-Am choice for Easy Pass online. So this morning, I call a 1-800 number. I spend 20 minutes on hold waiting for someone to pick up. Someone picks up. I spend another 20 minutes going back and forth trying to explain to this person what my problem was. She kept going back and forth to her superiors and all the rest of it. They couldn't figure it out. She put me on hold again. After 40 minutes, I just gave up. I said, you know what, I just, like, I don't think this is right. I don't think I want to go left here. I think I want to go left up ahead. So here's my point. If you have a Spyder in New York and you have Easy Pass, please comment and tell me how you did that. I'd hate to call my state assemblyman and ask him, can you help me get an Easy Pass? Yeah, this is what I want to show you, because I think, like, I know my state assemblyman pretty well, and I'd rather save my requests for him for big monumental things and not little things like Easy Pass. Okay, so you see this building here, and you see those towers there. So I'm going to see if I can get on this road, and if it's a road I'd want to get on with my Spyder. That looks okay. Yeah, this is okay. It's been so long since I came down here. I only came down here once, and I forgot what this was, if this was muddy or not, but obviously it's not. So in Buffalo, New York, there's a radio station, an AM radio station, kind of a news talk format station called WBEN. Every city has one. WABC in New York, I think it's LAS in Chicago. I'm going to put my parking brake on for a moment. Yeah. So anyway, WBEN, I guess they used to broadcast out of this building. And maybe they still use the towers. Those look like pretty active towers, but obviously there's nobody in this building right now. But I love this. So I'm not sure what year this building was built for WBEN, but I imagine in its day, you can see in the day this station was built, this building was built, newspaper proprietors, radio station, television stations, they had a lot of money, right? They were making money, life was good. No one's gonna do, even though it's small, it's such a cute little building. It's got kind of that Art Deco glass block look to it. I just love it. So I wanted to kind of take you out here and show you. Some of you are probably saying, what is this screwball thinking? It's a radio station, but I just think it's kind of cool. I had a 30-year career in the media business and in the newspaper business that I retired from in 2017, and I guess I'm just kind of fond of the old newspaper buildings, radio station buildings that have character like this does. Today, more and more outfits like this. You can see it's now owned by, it looks like it's owned by Intercom, which is a national chain. Parking brake off. They're selling their old legacy buildings. Some of them are worth some money in some of the downtowns in the cities, and they're moving into office buildings, and that's kind of sad. Now, I say that, I moved two different newspapers from their historic, ancient buildings into more modern facilities that lack character. But I'll tell you one thing I did that's pretty cool. I'm going to go this way here. I moved a newspaper in Norwich, Connecticut from its legacy building, which had no particular architectural redeeming qualities. Yeah, I think I want to go this way. Into an historic train station. And that was pretty cool. We were literally in an old train station that was right on an active freight train line. There was no passenger rail, although you could rent passenger trains from the Providence and Worcester Railroad, and do like a fall foliage excursions. But anyway, I digress. I'm going off on a lot of different tangents. So anyway, folks, we're at 243 miles. I'm loving the Spyder. Got my little issues, my little concerns. Nothing, not even an indication of any reliability issues. I will say that I do not have a trickle charger port on this thing yet, because the dealer that I bought this from, great dealership so far, but they don't do that as a customary practice. I wish they did, but I'm going to have one put on, but I'm not going to be able to get back there for that until, quite frankly, until April or May. So my point is, this thing's been sitting in the garage overnight in cold weather, starts right up, no problems whatsoever, and I'm just loving it so far. So I'm signing off now. Thanks again so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. And again, if you would subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. You have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.